Follow-up is very important. I know you guys get the money real quick, and then, follow-up's kind of like, for me anyway, it's kind of a drag, okay? Because you got to call the customer back, and you got to encourage them and go through all the stuff and anything that they say. It's usually great, but if they have any little problem, you got to go through it with them, and you got to commiserate with them and all that kind of stuff. And that's really not kind of what we'd like to do. We'd really like to, just get the money. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is a very important part of your business, because the people who do good on the product, write this down. There's only two things that are going to happen from these people. They're going to give you referrals, or they're going to be your best distributors. Let me show you that. How many people in the room here got involved in the product first and got caught up into the marketing and making money second? Everybody look around. 70% of this audience. So, it just proves to you, when we get into recruiting, let me tell you something. You can retail your way to president's team. Serious. You can retail your way to president's team by the amount of people that get caught up in their weight, how many people are asking for it, turn them into distributors, they already believe, and they climb up the ladder. Tish did it. It's the main way Tish got up to the president's team, retailed her way. Okay? But on follow-up, it's very important to call them on the first day. These little things I'm giving you don't seem like much, and I know some of you slide by these things. You can't slide by certain things to get rich, okay? Why do you call them on the first day? Just to make sure that they opened the can and swallowed it, okay? Because some of them may put it in the cupboard with the other 9 things that they already bought, okay? So they got to put it in there, okay? So you got to call them and ask them what's happening, okay? And I'm going to give you some follow-up on how to do what to say. You got to call them the third day. By the way, all this is encouragement. You're telling them, no matter what it is, it's unbelievable. No matter what it is, it's great. Okay? No matter what it is, you're going to have an answer after these next couple of things I tell you. Okay? And then you got to call them on the 7th day, the 15th day. Reason for that is they're going to need another can of powder, unless you're real smart and sell them 2 cans of powder in the beginning, because they're going to run out. So it'd be much better if they say, well, which is your favorite flavor? Chocolate, vanilla, and say, what's your second best flavor? Well, why don't you buy those 2, because you're going to need those all month long anyway. Make twice as much money. Okay? Or better, sell them all 3, tell them to mix it all together. It's like a banana split. Okay? Okay. So then after you've gotten the sale and stuff like that, okay? A couple things you need to go through with them. One is you got to say, how much milk do you drink? This is after you got the money. Okay? Shakes twice a day, tablets 3 times a day, give me the money. Okay? After that, you got to say how much milk are you drinking every day, because a lot of your customers are not used to drinking much milk, and they have an enzyme that's lacking to not get them onto the, get them nauseated. Some people get lightheadedness, so on and so forth. Okay? So you don't want that to happen in advance. There's only 2 reasons, write this down, that people will have any problems whatsoever. And it's only about, 1 out of every 20 people that have any problem at all. They only get problems because, number 1, milk, because they have an allergic reaction because they don't have that digestive enzyme. It's not because they just drink 1 glass of milk, but when you start doing it 2 times a day for 2 weeks, it's a different situation. They can get lightheadedness, they can get constipation, blood in the stool, all kinds of things, okay, just from drinking the milk. So you want to prevent that in the beginning. The second thing is their diet. Changing the diet radically. One day they're eating all kinds of steak, potatoes, and all this other kind of stuff. The next day they go on the health program with Herbalife. They drink 2 shakes, have a little piece of lettuce, put a little tiny oil on the top, and stop smoking and stop drinking all in one day. What's going to happen? Complete disaster, trust me. Immediate diarrhea, where they're going to have to load them up with floor fiber. Okay? So here's a little trick that'll help you when you're dealing with your customers, okay? And I'm going to give you the things to say. You write this down. And then we'll do a couple of things, practice deals along with it to show you how to do this. Because this is a very important part, okay? Because remember, we got to keep them on the product if they're having any problem. So no matter what they say, Okay? When you call up Mary and say, how you doing, Mary? Okay, here's the first thing out of your lips. No problem. Write that down. Here's the next one. What did you drink the product in? Or, what did you eat yesterday and what did you eat today? And the next one is, aha. That's the problem. So now let's see how this works. You call up Mary and you go, how you doing, Mary? She goes, awful. You go, no problem. What do you mean no problem? I got diarrhea. No problem, Mary. We're gonna fix this. This is gonna be no problem. What'd you drink the product in? She says, milk. Aha! That's the problem. So, listen, I got a customer over here named Jane. All she did was put it in apple juice, and it worked immediately. And what's your favorite thing to drink it in? She says orange juice. Say, that's great, man. That's the best shake in the world. Put that in there and make up that shake and get back in that kitchen and pour another shake and drink those tablets. And let's get busy because you're going to lose all the weight that you want to. I promise you're going to have the greatest time you've ever had in your life because it's Herbalife, and you are going to lose weight like crazy. Now get in that kitchen. And see, this is what they need, okay? They need your inspiration. They need you to believe in them more than they believe in themselves. Because most of them don't believe in themselves. They don't think it's going to work. What they think is going to happen since you give them a money-back guarantee, they're going to try it for a little while, they're going to get their money back, and that's going to be the problem. You see? And to make things worse, what happens is Mary, who's just kind of, she's all nice person, and, she feels okay, and she's down at the grocery store. You can imagine what some of our poor customers go through. And then John is down there, who is a truck driver who's lost 250 pounds. He's got his button on his lapel, and he's walking so proud through the grocery store. And Mary looks at his button and says, wow, you lost 250 pounds? She said, can you tell me how he did that? She says, yeah, it's just unbelievable. You just take these shakes twice a day, take the tablets 3 times a day, comes in chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I lost 250 pounds. Look at all these testimonials. Everybody's doing it. Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Give me the check. Let's go. Okay? And then she goes home with the big box. She doesn't pick out A or B. She's got the unbelievable $250 box with her, right? And she puts that on the counter over here, and the first thing that happens is her big, fat, negative husband walks in the front door, who's an auto mechanic, and he's got grease all over his shirt like this, and he walks over, as he normally does every single night, and opens up the refrigerator door, plops up the beer. It's a Foster's. It's a real good one. He goes, go, 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 go. He's scratching his big fat belly with all the grease on it. He looks over on the counter and he goes, hey, what's that on the counter over there? And she goes, well, it's Herbalife. Herbalife? What's that? She said, it's this new diet I'm going on. He says, I can't believe it. You've never lost weight on anything. How ridiculous. How much did that stuff cost anyway? It was about $250. What? Are you crazy? You mean you spent all my beer money on that stupid diet? I can't even believe it. And just about that time, the 2 fat children, the Chubettes, walk in, right? And the husband goes, hey, mommy's going on a new diet. And they go, please, Mommy, don't go to a new diet. You're always angry at us, and you kick the dog Muffy and everything. Don't do this, don't do this. And just about that time, the phone rings, right? And it's an Herbalife distributor. They say, how you doing, Mary? She says, awful. My big, fat, negative husband's yelling at me. The chubette little pigs are all on me. They're all against me. They don't want me to use the diet. And they said, listen, Mary, get a grip, okay? Now, I lost weight, and you're going to lose weight, and I don't care what your big, fat, negative husband tells you. Get back into that kitchen and drink those shakes and take those tablets, and we're going to lose weight. Now, get in there. Let's go. See this? This is why part of why we're so powerful. You see? At the grocery store. Why didn't I do it at the grocery store? The grocery store won't call back and give encouragement. There's two parts of Herbalife that work. One is the products. Second is the distributor, who's constantly giving them encouragement and saying it's no problem, it's going to be okay, you're going to lose the weight, it's going to be unbelievable, just go, 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 go. And that happens constantly. And then as you bring them up the ladder, you get them some more products. So they start using the skin care and the hair care and all the different things that we have. Okay? And that's a very, very important part of our business there is that follow-up. That's what makes Herbalife so different, that the distributors take care of their customers better than anybody. Okay? Anybody. Now, just a real quick thing on when they come back to you on certain things. If they ask you questions, okay? This is just real important, because one thing you don't want to get caught up in is conversation about things that don't really mean anything, okay? It's just something that they got an opinion on, and if they got an opinion on something, you need to get off the opinion and get down to the facts. Like someone holding the can, they're a professional doctor or something like that, and they say, hey, you know, I've seen some other products like this, and they have more lysine and more methionine in their product. What makes you think that this product is going to be better than theirs? Say, listen, I have no idea about that, but I do know this. When I took this incredible lysine and methionine, the way it's mixed together and all the natural processes they take it through, everybody lost weight. I lost 16 pounds in 2.5 weeks. Here's my customers that lost 20 pounds, 60 pounds, 100 pounds, and it works unbelievable. This is the most unbelievable lysine. I don't know about the other stuff, but this lysine works. Okay? So it comes in chocolate, strawberry, vanilla. Give me the check. Then they say, okay, yeah, I heard that deal, but what about the vitamin A in here? Okay, looks like too much. Say, I don't know about that, man. I took that vitamin A, it was absolutely unbelievable. Okay, it made me lose weight like crazy. It gave me so much energy. It was just absolutely unbelievable. I lost 16 pounds. My customers are losing weight. It is a different kind of vitamin A you've been thinking about, baby, because this stuff makes you lose weight like crazy. Okay, then they say, well, is it natural? Oh, man, this stuff is so natural it makes you lose weight like crazy. I'm telling you something. I feel great. My customers feel great. Everybody's losing weight. Just take the shakes and take the tablets and give me the money. Let's go. Now, these are little tiny secrets. But they're the huge secrets of why I've been successful. You see, because if you start trying to get into the lysine, why ours is better than the other lysine, you never win that argument. Because they didn't lose weight on that one. So you're going to have to get into some kind of detail that you guys don't even know about. And you know what's going to happen? As you start to discuss it with them, they'll say, well, I think it's the other one was better. And you're going to say this one's better. And they're going to say that one was better. And then you're going to go, ugh. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't work. What works is, write this down, the facts. The facts is, no matter what anybody says, we have the stuff that's in there, properly balanced, the way it should be, for the customer, in the right amounts, and everybody's losing weight. Is that right? So they can't tell you. Write this down. You are an Herbalife expert. The minute you've lost your weight and you know it works for you, you got 10 times as much knowledge as any of the people outside this door that got all these degrees and all this other stuff. You are an expert. That's going to be feeling pretty good when you walk home today, huh? Get around some of your negative relatives and say, you know what? I'm an Herbalife expert. What kind of meeting did they get you into, John? Did they do something on you? Oh, yeah, we met that Mark Hughes guy. I'm an Herbalife expert. So watch out, baby. Watch out. I'm an expert now. Okay. Now, let me talk to you about recruiting here. We got a couple more big things and a surprise for you. Recruiting is easy. Write that down. A lot of people get afraid of recruiting. And it's usually you're afraid the most when you're in the back of the room and, you know, your car's almost being pulled out of the driveway and you're scared about the light bulbs being turned off and, it's when it's not going the best and some of your family's making fun of you and all that kind of stuff, right? And it's difficult for you to get the mindset of, hey, I'm going to be some of these guys that are up here on the floor and fake it till you make it kind of concept and say to yourself, listen, I will be, write that down, I will be one of these people someday. Whatever level you want to be. World team, I will be. Okay? Get team, I will be. That's in you. Millionaire team, I will be someday. Okay? And so you have to use that and they're all their success stories to start imagining and dreaming for yourself because that's what you got to go give people when you go to talk to them. You can never make any presentation not your best presentation. Every presentation must be the best presentation you ever gave, with the most amount of strength, with the most amount of excitement, with the most amount of encouragement, every single time. And you've got to do that whether the person's scrubbing toilets for a living, or they're serving drinks at the bar, or they're a nurse, or they're a chiropractor, or a doctor, or a lawyer, or somebody that's a businessman. Because you just never know. So here's what I've always done. I've always treated everybody nice, no matter what they look like. You know, and I've seen some they come to the meeting and they got the thing, it's short pants. I mean, you couldn't believe Doug Stuntz when he came to his first meeting. Doug Stuntz came down, he had these cut-off shorts on, he had his big gray primer stained van out in the front, and he had all his guests. There was nothing in there, man. There was not even a bed in the back. He had 7 guests laying on the floor. He's just piling them out. They were the ugliest looking people I'd ever seen. And it was just unbelievable. He's growing. You could notice this crowd, because they got tank tops on, their best beads and their best sandals and stuff like that. And, they're bopping and weaving in the back of the room. They start talking about herbs. He goes, yeah, baby, herbs, man, this is groovy. And they started saying, we're going to make $5,000. Yeah, that's me, baby. So, we had a weird group back there. At least they weren't, like this and lighting incense. It's just unbelievable, the people that we pulled up. So anyway, you got to treat everybody nice, and you got to treat everybody equal, and you got to treat everybody with respect, because you just never know. How could I have looked at Jerry all those years ago with as much encouragement as I wanted to give to her, with as much as I knew that she had it in her, because I had a mindset too, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a mindset of how I was going to be today. Trust me. Okay, I knew I was going to be able to make some money, but I didn't know I was going to be able to get like a lot of money. Okay, so I put it on Jerry that she could make a lot of money too. But at the time, I never thought of her making 3.5. What was with the bonus last night? What was it 3.6? $3.6 million. I never thought about her making $3.6 million. You know what I'm saying? I just said, you're going to get rich. You're going to get rich. Let's go. Let's go. So you have to put it on the person the best every single time. And you got to do that for two people. You got to do that. Write this down. You got to do that for them. You owe it to give them the best presentation. Because what if that poor bartender, you don't put your best thing on, and he misses it? And he could have been on the president's team just because you're having a bad day and it's lousy and you feel bad about, you got an argument with your wife and this and that and the other thing. And you don't put your best deal on somebody. What a tragedy that would be because of yourself. See, you got to get up in the morning, and no matter what happens, before you go out of the door, you got to put yourself on the button. You got to forget about what's going on at the household and all the other stuff that's going on, and look yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm an Herbalife expert. Okay? And go out there, okay, and go after them and give them the best you've got, because what a tragedy it would be for them to not make it to the top. And what a tragedy for you it would be if they didn't get to the top for you, to get another diamond on your lapel to come up here and get the big cash. Yeah. You think you're styling now, John? Mm-mm. Okay, now, on these people that we're recruiting, okay, so here's the message for the people in the back room, okay? You got to fake it till you make it, okay? And you got to give them strong convictions that people will make it, okay? And you do that by the strength of the people that you've seen in the room, by the participants of all the speakers that have been in the room. And but the reason why people get so scared of recruiting is most of you lost weight a lot faster than you made money. Now, if it was reversed, you wouldn't be scared about going out and recruiting. But because you lost this weight and your check isn't $5,000 or $6,000, you think it's got to be way up there to do a presentation to get somebody in. I'm telling you, you don't have to do that. Now, I had to do that in the beginning. I had to fake it till I made it. Because I was the first testimony. Do you understand that? I had to be everything to everybody. I had to have the most amount of people at the meeting. I had to give the meetings. I had to sign up the most amount of people. I had to break the most supervisors. I had to have the biggest volume every single month. I had to have the biggest check every single month. Because I was the testimonial that people were starting to say, it's working, it's working, it's working. Okay? And then I needed it to start to happen for Jerry and Doug and Frank and everybody else. But it was all on me in the beginning. Just think if I hadn't have done it. Okay? People say, who's doing it? Well, the president ain't doing it. I guess nobody's doing it. So all the pressure was on me to be the first testimonial in the company. Today, you don't have that. Today, you don't have that. Today, you've got things like the President's Journal. And you could go through here and just think about this. Guy's got his button on, he's not into Herbalife much at all, man. And the guy says, what's that button about? He says, it's this, it's a company that they sell weight loss products, and people get into the company, they make a lot of money, and it's not really for me, to be honest with you. I don't like this cheering and this yelling and screaming and excitement that they have, but some of these people, I don't know why, but they become millionaires selling the product. They got on and they lost, and they make $3 million. But for me, it's all that money. Money's not so important. It's a bad thing. But these people, they seem to like it. This one, she's got a lovely home and on the beach and flashy cars and flashy everything. And, you know, she makes a couple $1 million a year. I mean, you know, I don't know if you want to do that. I don't want to do it, but, you know, and then we've got this one couple up there in some little stupid town that they live in, and they have big giant mansions and mountains and land that they owned and helicopters and boats and making $6 million a year. But you know, I don't like that. I don't like this. This is not for me. I mean, it could be for you if you like, but I don't know. For me, it's nothing. But for you, maybe you would like. What do you think? Would that work today? Obviously, if you're more excited, if you're more serious, if you're ready to go and you had your stuff together, would it happen better? Obviously, okay? But it just goes to show you Herbalife will work no matter what, okay? And there's been people that have gotten into the company pretty much with that pitch, I got to tell you. Okay, here's the first big thing about recruiting, okay? When you're getting people and you're talking to them, you got to act like you're going to get rich. You got to act, well, whatever it is for you, okay? I'm saying that you should project, okay? If you're sitting here and you want to make $1,000, say, listen, I'm doing this because I want to make $1,000 for me and my family. Some people, what they're doing is they're making $250,000, and some other people are becoming multimillionaires. It's all your choice. You can do it any way you want to. If you want to make $1,000 like me, great. You want to make $250,000 like them, just work harder. And you want to make $1 million, the things I'm going to teach you are the same. You just got to do more of it. That way, it puts the pressure off the person if they just want to make $1,000. If you don't want to make $1,000, great. I'll show you that. $2,000, great. $5,000, we'll get you the STSs. They'll show you all this stuff. It's unbelievable. Okay? But you got to make every single person, write this down, feel good about their place in Herbalife. Because I've seen it before, man. When we get up here and give the bonuses and stuff like that, we got the millionaire team out there that are making $250,000, and they're feeling bad about themselves because they're not up here collecting a check. That's terrible. You should be proud about where you are, and you should look forward to where you can get and be excited about where you can get. You can all get there. It just takes time and patience and more work, and you'll get there. Your time will come. Your time will come. Everybody in the room. Your time is going to come. So you have to pay attention and stick around, okay? Because the big stuff in Herbalife is about to happen over the next 5 years. It's just going to be absolutely amazing what we're going to be doing between all the countries that are open. Everybody in the world will have the products. Everybody in the world will have the opportunity. What you're going to see with the internet in about 6 months from now is going to change your entire career on the way we're doing our business. It's going to be amazing. Okay? Now, when you're recruiting somebody, here's the only thing you don't want to do. You don't want to beg people to get into the company. Okay? I know you're a little desperate when you're first getting going, okay? It's fine to push the customers. You got to get on this, you got to get on this, and it'll feel more natural to do that. But don't be going like this when you're getting your distributors. Please get into the business because I need to make some money, okay? The more you do that, the more they're going to be turned off. What they're turned on to is you are going someplace. I'm going to go someplace with this company. You got a chance to be with me and go somewhere with this company. Wherever you want to go is fine. I'm going to be in this place. You could be wherever you want. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's going to be the best thing that's ever happened to you. Now give me the check and sign the application. That's it. That's what they want. They want your strength. They want you to believe in them no matter what. Listen, they didn't come down to your opportunity meeting because of the fact that they didn't want to make any money. Okay, that doesn't work. After the guy's sitting through the meeting, he goes, well, you know, I don't think this is for me, and I just don't like this money thing. You know, that's a lie. That's a lie. They're scared. That's all it is. Same thing with the product. If they say no, most of the people, they don't mean no. It's they say that because they just don't want to try one more time. And it's the same people in your opportunity meetings. By the time they see all the different backgrounds and all the different people, they want to do it. They want to have happen to them the way we look and the way we feel and how we make and stuff like that. It's just that they don't want to try one more time. You see? So we got to give them encouragement and push them a little bit and get them to sign the check and tell them through love and encouragement, I will help you along the way. But don't beg, okay? Don't beg, because let me tell you something. They ought to be begging you to get into Herbalife. Seriously. You show me a better opportunity, we'll change something in the company. Where are you going to go for $100 and get $100 worth of product? And then the company puts all the research into the products and the development and puts them in the cans and puts them in the warehouse for you, and we ship them to you. You don't have to have inventory problems. You don't have employee problems. You don't have to have big buildings to support the thing. We write all the checks for your organization. We help train your organization. We got 150 planned corporate deals that are going on with all my special presidents team members that are willing to train you all the way and take you up the ladder. Who's doing that? And loving every single country in the world, too, by the way. We love you all. And we're going to take you everywhere you want to go. Nobody has that. There's a couple other companies that have got it close, but their name's not like ours. God, wasn't that an interesting deal? Herbs is just coming to the top right now. It hasn't quite gone like it's going to be when China opens up. And when China opens up, you're going to see flooding of herbs everywhere. And we got the name Herbalife. Oh, cool. That is so cool. That is amazing. Okay. Let me talk to you about a plan that a lot of people have been mixed up over the year, or this last year, a little bit fuzzy, that you need to get cleared up on, okay? I started this thing back at the chairman's class, and it's always been part of the company, okay? Get 10 people on the products every day. Talk to 10 people about the business every single day, okay? And I want to clear up a little situation. If that's what you can do it, okay? Because the odds are, and the reason I picked that 10 deal was because if you get 10 distributors, in America, it's about 1.8 supervisors break out of every 10 applications. You might want to write that down. That's average. Now, that doesn't mean if you have a better pitch and you're a little bit more groomed and things are a little more happening in your area and you got more stuff happening, you'll probably improve your own odds. But I'm just saying for North America, the odds are 1.8 supervisors per 10, we're almost up to 2, okay, break as a supervisor. Now in Japan, we got another situation going on where it's very close to how many people they recruit turn to supervisor, which is very strange, okay? They get 2 people, they get 2 supervisors. They get 10 distributors, they get 6 supervisors. So I'm going to tell you a little thing for that, because that's a lot to handle when you got 6 supervisors that you got to manage, especially if all of them are hot. In Europe, it's about 1 out of every 10. South America, 1 out of 10. Now, these odds will improve based on momentum, based on your own momentum, based on what people see, what they think is going to happen, and so on. Okay? So the reason I started this thing with, and everybody started copying the pitch, get 10 people a month, get 10 distributors a month, was to get the recruiting up. And by the way, the recruiting was up, okay, because we had all the top guys in the company, which I'm very proud of, that did the volumes and the recruiting and the things, especially the Chairman's Club, who did everything and got the bonuses last night. I want to thank you guys. Wasn't it worth it? But here's all this concept is, okay? you're trying to look for 2 hot people a month that you can work with. Now, this is if you really want to boogie and get down the road, okay? 2 hot people that you can work with. Now, if you can recruit 2 people and get 2 hot people that get the supervisors that are ready to go and ready to work and ready for you to work their downline, great. If it takes you 4 people to get 2, great. If it takes you 6 people to do it to get 2, great. If it takes you 15 people to get 2, great. You see, but what you're trying to really do, okay, you're trying to get 2 hot people that are ready to go. Now, who's a person that's ready to go? They bug you to death. That's a person. They're calling you on the phone. What do I do? I want to get started. How am I supposed to do it? What am I supposed to say? I got to get going right this minute. Okay, is that right? That's a person you concentrate on. Now, there's a lot of other people that you get. They're not quite so sure. They got to try the products. Say, listen, I'll be around forever. Here's my business card. We do meetings on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Anything I can do to help with your group, anything I can answer your questions, call me up at any time. If you want me to help you go do a party plan, I'm here for you. I love you. I'm ready. Okay, but when you're ready, let me go. I'm serious. But the people that are sitting there and saying, show me what to do. Bam. Those are the people you want to do it with, and write this down. Now. There's no reason to wait till tomorrow morning. They're excited about it tonight. Let's do the Who Do You Know list tonight. Great time. Because guess what everybody at 11 o'clock is doing? They're at home. Great time to call. Don't wait till tomorrow morning. They're going to work. Just wake them up out of bed and say there's something hot. I wouldn't call you if it wasn't important. Serious. Get on with it now. Strike the moment. You see what I'm saying? Now they've seen it. Strike the moment. Go in there. So I don't want everybody to get mixed up on this thing, is that you're really looking for 2 hot people to work. Now, if you're planning on staying at $1,000, listen, you can recruit 2 people a month, and after the end of the year, you'll have 24 people, and you'll probably have 5 supervisors or something like that. Okay? And that's great. That's great. But if you want to build a group that's going to be bigger than that, and you get your 2 supervisors a month, you'll end up with 24 supervisors. And it's just a percentage of everything. That means that probably 5 of those will end up on the world team, 2 will end up on the get team, 1 will end up on the millionaire team, and you'll be on the president's team. That's just the way it works. Okay, that's called the game of Herbalife. Now, you have to decide how you want to play the game. And the game, I don't care how many meetings you come to, the game is always going to be the same. First line recruiting first, first line supervisors second, go into the hot people, and once you get the hot people, you do nothing but start to work downline with them, and that's called your secondary recruiting, your 3rd recruiting, your 4th recruiting, your 5th recruiting, your 6th recruiting. And I'm going to tell you why I do it that way, okay? Now here's the next trick. I want you to imagine the person has just come down to the meeting, and you've got to have these meetings. When you guys are having these meetings, you've got to do it if it's a big meeting. You've got to get some get team members up there, and then you've got to get some worlds, some gets, some mills, and then end up with the big money. Don't make the mistake of sitting everybody down and just only showing the movie stars, because you'll lost half the audience, okay? You got to get those little dinky stories. What got me at my meeting, the first meeting I ever went to was making an extra $300, and there was some girl that was a school teacher over there saying I made $3,500 part-time. I said, man, if she can make that, I can certainly make half that. I'm ready. And I quit my job the next day. I was working in a clothing store, okay? And just unbelievable circumstances right after my mom died, and this glorious thing happened to me getting involved in this company. And it also went bankrupt, which made me get to do Herbalife. So both things were great. Okay, so what you're doing is you're trying to get 2 hot people. Now, once you get these 2 hot people, remember something. They just came down to the opportunity meeting, and they saw, this is very important now, they saw $300 incomes, they saw $1,000 incomes, they saw $5,000 incomes. Write this down, this is very important, okay? And then we get to the movie stars, okay? Now, why is that important? Because we got a person sitting in, we got enough eyes and ears and lips up here that are telling the story, that have enough backgrounds with enough different cultures and all that stuff. And I guarantee you, the more people that you get up, the more eyes and personalities that will be seen where the person says, I can be like that person. Now, you don't know which person that's going to be. It could be the lawyer, it could be the doctor, it could be the housewife, it could be the nurse, who knows? But somebody in there, if you get more eyes and lips out there, they're going to say, I can be like that person. That's the most important thing that happens. Now, here's what you want to do. They just heard this story that this person made $1,500 part-time. And they are jacked up. They say, I want in. What do I got to do? Okay? Who is that? That's your hot person. Now, here's what you want to do with that hot person immediately. Especially in the next 72 hours. It doesn't have to happen in 72 hours, but there's magic in 72 hours. And here's why the magic is. And here's what you're going to be doing. Everything that you can do to make this person money by selling the product, and everything you can do to help them make money by bringing people down to the meetings that they're going to get wholesale profit on. Because let me tell you something, in the first 72 hours, if you can get this person to make $300, what will she think? She has $1,500 in her mind from that testimonial that she identified with, that I can make it, I can make it, I can make it. Okay, and when she goes home, all of her negative relatives are telling her all this kind of stuff, but in the first 72 hours, she comes home with $300 cash. What is her spouse saying now? I told you this was a smart idea. I told you this was a great investment and stuff like that, right? And then after that goes on, she says, hey, if I can make $300 in the 72 hours, I might even beat that lady in the audience. I think I could probably make $3,000. Is that right? And then the more money they make, the more excited they get. And the more excited they get, the more people they talk to. And the more people they talk to, the more excited they get. And so here's been the big secret for Mark Hughes. As you're getting a person, you could just say, okay, come down to the meetings, and I'll see you at the next STS, bring as many people as you want to, and have a great time. Will that work? You give them a journal, you give them a couple of tools, that will certainly work. But I like to have a lot more control over the situation where I tell them what to do, okay? And when you're telling them what to do, here's what you're going to say. Everything is great. You say, now look, I got to tell you, we got lots of different things you can do. You can wear the button. That's one way to get started. Guy says, I ain't wearing that button. Great. Don't want to argue with him at this point. Okay, this is not a good time to argue. What we want to do is get him making sales and making money. He says, I'm not going to do that stupid button. I said, okay, well, we got flyers. How about that? Nah, I don't want to do those flyers. Great. Okay. Listen, we got mail order here that we could do with you. Nah, I'm not into that. I say, great. Well, how about the ads? Because that's the way you came in. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, great. Let's place the ad. We'll get your phone number in. We'll make the phone number on my telephone. That way I can see what you're going to do. I can help you out. And so when the ad comes in, is everybody following this? When the ad comes in, you put their name, but your telephone number. And he comes down the next day, and he stays at your office, and you do a couple of calls, and then they do a couple of calls. Now, they're going to mess it up when they do the first couple of calls. And here's what you say. This is important. Okay, this is important. Because they're going to mess it up. They're going to try to do a meeting is what's going to happen. You all guys have got the little ad script, right? Everybody's got that, okay? They're going to try to go off that ad script and start trying to, explain different stuff. Now, John just strict right with what's going on. Let me do the first couple of calls, and it's going to be happening, okay? Now, you do a couple of calls, and he does one. Now, he messes it up, and then here's what you do. Write this down. That was unbelievable, John. I just can't believe a guy like you with your background is doing so good this quick. It's absolutely incredible. I'm telling you, you're going to get so rich, it's just going to be great. But let me tell you something. The reason I do this over here and the reason I do that over here is because this is the result, okay? So just do that, and you're just going to be unbelievable. I'm just so proud of you. It's just unbelievable. Now, let's answer the next call. I'm going to practice with you again. I'm going to do one, then you're going to do one. And then the next one, he messed 2 or 3 up. God, I just can't even believe you are so good, John. Man, you are the greatest. Man, I'm telling you, you just change this one little thing there and that little thing there, you are going to get so rich, it's just going to be unbelievable. Now, change that in there, and it's going to be great. Now, the next call, John does it perfect. He gets somebody booked into the meeting. Oh, man, I can't believe you did that. That is far better than most of the people that I get doing the business. This is just unbelievable, okay? Then he gets another one. See, encouragement. Encouragement. Everything's great and everything's unbelievable and everything's going to be, and you're just tuning them up as they go so that they have confidence. It's important that they have confidence. It's important that a couple of things happen. Number one, you tell them what to do. And trust me, people want to be told what to do. Most people that come to us are on 9 to 5, right? What does their boss say? You know, those stack of papers over there, they got to be in that box, all put together in the same thing at 5 o'clock, or you're fired. I have my orders. I'm willing to work. Okay? Same thing with the people that get down in our business. They want to be entrepreneurs, but they need to be told what to do. So you go through it, whatever they want to do, what is it? Great. I don't think you guys got it. Okay? Whatever they say they want to do, what is it? Isn't that great? See? Okay, it's unbelievable. That's right. So then what we're going to do is we're going to show them what to do. And showing is nothing more than they want to wear the button, go out and wear the button with them for a couple hours and go into dress stores and stuff like that. And when somebody comes up, they say, what kind of dress do you want? Say, you know, it's just unbelievable. I used to wear a size 20, but I'm now down to a size 6 because I use this unbelievable Herbalife stuff, and it's just unbelievable. I just take these shakes twice a day and these tablets 3 times a day. And so I would normally be looking for a 20, but let me look at a 6. Would that work? Of course. How do I know that? I used to get a lot of ladies in the beginning. That's what we did. Okay. Now, the next one here is you got to make them try it. You can't just keep doing for them and doing for them and doing for them, okay, no matter what it is, okay? So they can do it on their own. Once they can do it on their own, okay, now here's what you do. On their flyers or their ads or whatever else it is that they're doing, you find out what that telephone number is. This is very important. They've now done it at your office, and they did it perfect, and now they're going to run their first ad at their own home, and they're going to stay home all day long and do the phones, okay? 99%, let me tell you what they're going to do. They're not going to follow the script. They're going to add little things into it because they got to know. They did it perfect by the script, they get a no. They get another one, it didn't work again. They get 5 under their belt, it starts to mess up, and they start saying, oh my goodness, I better add a little bit more of what happened at the meeting last night. You know, and let me tell you about what happened at the meeting and the weight losses and the incomes. And pretty soon, the presentation just becomes more of a meeting than what's supposed to happen, okay? And this is very dangerous, so here's what you have to do. You get their phone numbers, write this down as a biggie. So one of my big secrets. I call John on the phone. I say, hey, John, how you doing? He says, great. He says, listen, I'd like to know about your ad. He starts going through the deal and stuff like that. He said, now, wait, just a minute here, pal. You know, I want to know a little bit more about the company. I know you said it's a big company, but what kind of company? What are the products? What's in them? What's the deal? Hey, then he starts getting off track and talking to him about all the products and all that kind of stuff. And he says, listen here, I want to know, do you guys got a life insurance policy for this program or what? What about the child care situation that's going on? What's the deal? I want to know the facts or I ain't coming down at all. Okay? Now let me ask you something. If this person was on a call to IBM, what would take place? The secretary be sitting there and say, "Can I have your name, please?" "Yeah, John." "Do you have any management experience, John?" "Yes." "You got some sales experience?" "Yes." Say, "Well, let me tell you about IBM. We're the biggest computer salespeople in the world, and we got a slot for you at 9 o'clock. Be here sharp, or you're not going to get the job because we've got plenty of people to take your place, so be there on time." Got it? Here's the address. Goodbye. This is what they expect. So if you give them something than what they're expecting, they feel different from the very beginning. So you start through your deal, you go, "Listen, we got the most amazing health company in the world. We're the fastest growing, 46 countries, unbelievable. We got people part-time making $1,500 that are selling the product. We got people that are 6,000 that manage the people that go out and sell the products. It's absolutely unbelievable. You got a pen? Write this address down. Here's the place, and get there at about 20 minutes to 8. Because we're going to start at 8 o'clock. I want to talk to you a little bit more about who you are and stuff before we get started. So be there sharply at 20 to 8. You got that? See you later." And that's it. Now, the guy tries to interrupt you. "Well, I got to know more about the products." "That's what we're going to do at the meeting. We're going to show you that." "Well, listen, I need to know more facts about the company." "That's what we're going to show you tonight at the meeting." Okay? "Well, I need to know if there's child care stuff going on." "That's what we're going to tell you at the meeting." Okay? "But is there any social, any kind of benefits that comes along?" "John, I just tried to tell you, that's what we're going to cover at the meeting." See, now who could do this? Your 8-year-old child. She could answer the phone and go, "Hello?" Says, "This is John. I want to know about all the information. Is Jerry there?" "No, she's not here right now. But I can tell you everything that you need to know." "Yeah? It's a health company. We're the biggest. My mommy's the best, and she's one of the big leaders. And you can make $1,500 or $6,000. And here's the address." "Well, I need to know some more information." "Well, you have to get that from my mommy. She'll be at the meeting." Yeah, put them kids to work, baby. Get those kids to work. Okay. Now, when you're doing this tell, show, try, do, here's the end of it. I don't want you to get off track with this, okay, with how many people that you're going to sponsor, okay, because we put a lot of pressure last year on getting a lot of people first line and so on and so forth, okay? But your object is to recruit as many first line. But again, you don't want to get so many hot people that you just can't handle everybody. All right? Because I found that about 2 to 3 hot people for most people is about as much as you can handle. Okay? If you're going down line and going out and doing parties with these guys, and you're doing shake parties and extra recruiting meetings, and going to people's houses and all the stuff that's going to make these guys money to bring more people to the deal, okay? And so, listen, if you can do 5 hot people, go at it, okay? If you can do 4, go for it, okay? If you can only do 1, go for that, okay? But you don't want to get so many that you just stumble over everything, and you're not giving the person to tell them what to do, to show them what to do, to get them to try it so they're on their own. Because you have to have people that are doing it on their own so you can do what? Get back to sponsoring so you can get back to first line recruiting, which will get you 2 more hot people, because that's the game. The farther that goes with, the more depth you'll have, the more infinite your check will be, and you'll get your 2, 4, 6 check, and pretty soon you'll be up on the stage collecting on the worldwide bonus. So that's the game. Okay, so now when you get to these 2 people here, and you start going down, and I'm going to say this very cautiously. I like going down as far as I can go during the qualifying month. During the qualifying month, I like to go down as far as I can get. Okay. Now, the reason I like to go down these 6 levels, okay, and if you can't get 6 levels, there's no trick to this, okay? I just like to get this person that's hot and then I want to go to his people, and then I want to go to their people, and I want to go to their people, and I want to go to their people, and their people, and their people, all in the qualifying month. Now, sometimes I do it after the qualifying month, but in the qualifying month, one of the best things that happens is somebody in this line here is going to do $4,000 worth of volume. And let's just suppose for the moment, in the perfect solution, this bottom guy did 4,000. Okay? And by the way, when I'm teaching you this, I never take the applications and save them till the end of the month and rearrange the names and put them under different people and put the volumes where I want them to make my check right. Okay? Because guess what you've just done? You have now become a liar, cheater, and stealer yourself to get the money in your pocket because you messed around with the paperwork. More evil than that, you've taught your people to be liars and stealers and cheaters. So now you got this whole group of liars and cheaters in your group. And let me tell you what's going to happen to the people that think they're lying and cheating. They think the whole organization is like that, including me. Okay, so let's do it the right way.